from the Leadership Center, she has sort of a connection and relationship with even a broader collection of faculty and staff that work as what she will refer to as leadership coaches to help provide support and resources about things that you do as an organization or group. And so, if you're having that struggle or that challenge in a group, you're looking for a way to take and do this or do that, feel free to reach out to us to sort of provide some support. Maybe it's that session, maybe it's that workshop, maybe it's that meeting with a couple of people, whatever the case may be. And so, Sherry's going to come talk about some of those kinds of things, as well as some other retreats and trainings that the Leadership Center offers. The Certified Leaders Institute, our annual leadership retreat that we do every September. Some great ways for you as an organization leader to connect with other student leaders and other people on campus. And so she's going to come talk about that, and then we'll do lunch. And during lunch, like I said, I've got some table topics for us to sort of do and ask you to kind of sit next to somebody different, and we sort of can kind of work through those and allow you guys to take some time and sort of eat, and we'll shift into the rest of the day. So, take it away, Carrie. She's not here. But she was. Ta-da! I would hand it over to her. So anyway, that's what we got going on. After lunch, we'll kind of flip some things around the schedule, and we'll kind of go ahead and do sort of a string of all those event plannings and all those other things. So we'll just sort of flip-flop lunch and with whatever it is on event planning, basically, if that makes sense. Right. And then we do have some snacks and that kind of thing, so you won't be like, all or something else to do. Food is very important in a long meeting. So I'll hand it over to Carrie. It was almost. We were almost.
The
timing was just
the timing was
How
just so
about that,
close.
right?
Timing was so close.
Hi everybody, I'm Carrie Russell. I'm the director of our Leadership Center. So hopefully you've heard about us. If not, you may have heard about some of our programs that we do. I put some lovely things over here, so hopefully you have a chance to grab them. But first and foremost, I highly recommend you try to get to the leadership retreat. If you really are focusing on recruiting members for your organizations, for networking with other organizations, to possibly even help fund a program or do some collaborations, this is a fantastic place to do that at. Yes, here, I will pass along. You may not have one of the retreat flyers.
Take several.
Take several and take them back to your organizations. What's great about the retreat is we focus on a lot of personal development, and Leadership Center in general focuses on personal leadership development, which in turn helps you become a better leader and more effective for your organization. And it's not just you. We encourage you to really think about those shining stars that are going to be your legacy, those ones that you can see that, they just need a little bit more confidence to step up into a position possibly. Help them by getting them involved in the Leadership Center. And so some of the ways that we do that, there's the retreat, and we do have scholarships available. So if you're like, oh my gosh, my organization's broke, I can't afford it, we actually try to have as many people go as possible. And last year we gave a little over $4,000 to help sponsor students that are in your positions to go, because it's hard to pull that funding from your own student organization. But ask your advisor. Sometimes that kind of professional development is in there. It's $60 to attend. But if not, I highly recommend that you sign up and apply for the scholarship. And then if you have a vice president or other officers that you think would be really beneficial for them to attend, have them sign up as well. That's a really, really great way, like I said, to have some benefit coming out of it. And this year's going to be awesome. I'm so excited about it. We have a lot of big plans for our speaker who's focusing. If you kind of read, Troy's on the back, a little bit about him, but this is our quote that we're focusing on, which is basically breaking through challenges and fears that you may have that get in your way of success. So by the time you go through, grab several. By the time you go through the retreat and you are coming home on Sunday, you will be a changed person. I can stand here and guarantee it. I will offer money-back guarantee. If you don't believe that you will not have learned something about yourself and have more confidence in your abilities to be a leader. It's going to be awesome. Hopefully you had a chance to kind of, this is kind of the quick overview of everything that we offer. The other thing, for those of you, Seth is doing a great job today, kind of hitting on some of those topics that as a leader really will help you have some more confidence going into your year. But what we actually offer is a true leadership certificate. It's called Certified Leaders Institute. And so we also do some specific, again, it's not so much more so organizational wise, it's more personal development. So we actually go into a very in-depth on running an effective meeting, communication. I do a really fun session on communication. Seth is covering some of those other things today, like event planning and marketing, and so those are also very good as well. But goal setting, the one thing that we start getting into though with our advanced level is we really start talking about some of the how to network, for example, which is a very key thing to be able to know how to do, not just networking among yourselves, but to help you and your organization to have some success and make some connections. How many of you actually still keep in contact with any of the alumni that were involved in your organizations before you? Anybody? Kind of? Those are some really great resources. I mean, you never know who's out there doing something fantastic that could come back and be a guest lecturer, guest speaker, who might want to possibly give you money to help your organization now that they hopefully are making some money out in the working world. You don't know. So it's some of those kinds of tips to help you and your organization go forward. So I highly recommend that. Our first one is coming up October 5th, and then our next one is in March. So we hold them on a Saturday. It's kind of like an all-day workshop mode. They are highly engaging and interactive. You'll find when you come to the Leadership Center, we try to make it be as engaging as possible and lots of activities. Most people are better learners that way when it comes to experiential, and so that's a lot of what we try to do. And if you're interested, and really you guys are already in these leadership roles, so I wanted to let you know, this is another thing we do where you can actually graduate with leadership honors, and it's all about what you do here. It's a personal leadership development plan, so if you guys are already involved in leadership positions, you've already actually hit a couple of the milestones that we ask you to do to be able to graduate with leadership honors. And by the time you graduate, our Leadership Honors Program Director kind of puts together your resume, your transcript of all the things that you've done here while at UT Arlington, some outside of. For those of you that are involved in other organizations, that also counts. We want you to have some service, part of that, career, all those things that are really important for you before you graduate that will help you be a success after you graduate. So at that point, like I said, you all already are in some kind of position, and that's one of those things on the mark. But when you graduate, you actually get to wear something that denotes that you got leadership honors. Nice. So it's pretty cool. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. The other programs that we have involved in our office, to kind of give you a big overview. Freshman Leaders on Campus, UTA hosts the mentoring program. All of you, please encourage yourself as well as your members to be hosts, mentors to undergraduate. Let's see here, the Leadership Learning Community at the Heights on Pecan. Anybody live in the Heights? No, nobody living at the Heights? So that's our new Leadership Learning Community. So we actually have it to where they are being trained as trainers and presenters and facilitators, and they're doing programs based on leadership topics to that community over there. We're really excited. That's new this year. And then we have a service component. So UTA Volunteers, if you've heard of them, our community service organization, they are through the Leadership Center and then Alternative Breaks, which I'm really excited. We're going to Denver this year, so mark your calendars, spend your spring break in Denver, doing some great service. It'll be a lot of fun. So that's coming up. But Alternative Breaks is the other kind of service component we have. And then what's great about our last component, so as you can tell, leadership development is a big deal for us, the organizational part, service, but last but not least, education. We actually teach leadership classes, so you can take a leadership class, get course credit. We have 1-hour classes, we have 3-hour classes. On top of that, we have a minor. You can actually minor in leadership studies, or depending on your major, you may not be able to have minors, but you can get a certificate that's an academic certificate if you take 15 hours. So think about those options. If you truly are passionate about leadership, you should have at least some liking for it because you all are here. So you've taken a role to become a leader. So if you really are wanting to take that next level to really benefit yourself, so when you graduate, you can sell these skills that you're learning here, we can help you do that. We can help you find that language that when you graduate, you can go out and sell yourself as somebody who, instead of your company that you want to go work for, spending billions of dollars on training for leadership skills, you already have been trained in some of those here. And so we have found that we have a high success rate for those that go through the Leadership Center to get those types of jobs, because they already can walk into an interview and know exactly how to sell themselves. So think about using our services, and we're a lot of fun. So anything else for me? Yeah, any questions? Yes. Why are we going to Denver? Here's why Denver. A lot of times we will take multiple trips that are different focus. Some might be working with a homeless population in a certain area, like urban. For example, we went to Cincinnati and worked with that population. Last year we also went to Utah, in Moab, Utah, so we took an environmental trip. So we like to pick different social justice issues, no matter what they are. Atlanta worked with youth and education. We've also been in New Orleans for youth and education. So we've kind of hit like here and there of different ones. So instead we said, let's pick a great city